Hey guys, HX22 here. Just wanted to share with you some of the developments on that 44 Merwin Hulbert revolver that I've been working on. Well, I backburned it again because of the 1911. Really wanted to put all my time into that. But it's going now. The remnants of the catch for the, I guess that would be the takedown or the barrel release, whatever. The button you push to make it come off the center pin. I got the remnants of that out. So I'm going to be looking to either fabricate a new one, which I need to take some measurements off a real one or something for that, because that's kind of an unusual shape. But yeah, it came right out. The spring's still in there. Haven't been able to get the spring out. Here, let me turn the light on. Spring's still in there. Did manage to find the serial number on this. It's 22742. Maybe somebody out there who knows Merwin Hulberts can give more info on that. But big thing was I actually managed to find an original center pin. This one probably is either going to need some love before it'll work, or I'll just use it for a base. I'll take measurements off it and then machine a new one. Might be simpler to just machine this one. For whatever reason, when it was taken out of the gun, someone decided it was a really good idea to turn the threads off on a lathe, it appears. So it's all there, it's got the right little indexing screw and everything, but the threads are gone. Now that might not be a big deal, because on this gun, the threads are pretty chewed up. As you can see, it corroded through on one side. It might, I mean, it's not exactly right, but it wouldn't be horrible to come up with an alternate way of mounting that pin into this gun. Maybe even TIG welding it in and then filling it, but I don't like that idea because it wouldn't be right for this gun necessarily. I mean, we're still going to have to add some metal back in there either way, and then thread it, and we're going to be threading that to match it. But I'd kind of like to do it with the original threading if possible, or the original threading spec, which, I mean, we can always just add a little bit more metal back here, turn it down, anneal it, and then, you know, turn some threads on a lathe, and then, you know, put a copper plug in here, do what we can to, or maybe even just machine this out. Actually, that'd probably be a good idea. Machine this out, TIG in a new, larger plug, cut threads into that, and then, or maybe even smaller threads into that, and then thread that into it. It doesn't have to be smaller by a lot. Probably be a little bit more solid that way. It's good. It's definitely a moment, because there's a bunch of different ways that you could do it, and none of them really scream, hey, this is really easy and kind of the right way to do it. I'd really love to know what the hell the previous owner did with the original one of these. That said, these are really kind of cool. It looks like it was actually turned off of an industrial bolt. I can't imagine what these ridges are for other than that. I mean, maybe for keeping the cylinder greased. I mean, holding a little extra grease for the cylinder to turn. It just seems like the remnants of machine screw material. Like they were using whatever tubular steel they could get, and it just happened to be a big old bolt. Love to have visited the factory for the Merwin Hulbert back in the day. You know, if I had a time machine, just see what those markings are from and ask them why they're there. Because everything else in this gun is very well machined. There's just sort of phantom screw thread on there. Anyway, that's where this one's at. I'm probably going to need to do a little bit more electrolysis, try to break some of these screws loose. Going to be trying to source that one little part right there. Don't even know what it's called to source it, but, you know, hey, I managed to find one of these pins for, you know, 15 bucks to take the measurements off of, so they're out there apparently, and people that have them, you know, if you got spare parts for a Merwin Hulbert and you don't have a Merwin Hulbert, yeah, probably not worth a whole lot to you. So, at least I hope, because that little part's going to be a pain to make. Maybe I can find somebody that's got one, make a tracing and some measurements, and I'll just get a piece of steel and go to town, buddy's machine shop, and then, I mean, really, that's going to be pattern files. There's not a lot of machining on that. It's mostly just shaping. All right, have a good one, guys.